We're doing it. Today's the day we're going to tackle memorising the 54 countries of Africa, and we are not stopping until I remember them. Heavy proviso here that the names and structures that we're learning are as a result of European colonisation and are neither the names or structures that the people themselves would necessarily have chosen. The reason that I'm choosing to learn them anyway is because it acts as a frame for what's not quite right and a portal into further learning. We're on our old friend Sporkle, 54. This is going to be interesting. I'm expecting to embarrass myself. Welcome to my shame. This is almost exactly how I would look if I was on safari. A little bit shiny, pretty tired, bushy. Let's do this. So this is our tester. Morocco, Algeria, if I can type, Tunisia, Egypt, Madagascar, Lesotho. The only reason I know Lesotho is because I did a geography project on it. Sudan, Congo, might be DRC, South Sudan. Okay, they've got South Sudan there. South Africa, Cameroon, Cape Cod? No. That's in America. It's like Cape something, the Horn of something. Eritrea. There's the Sahara and the Sahel. This is the equator. Down a bit. Where else? 12 out of 54. I would like to get a quarter, but I'm not convinced I will. I mean, these are the Canary Islands. No, Canary Islands are from Morocco. I think we're going to see a load that we recognise that I just cannot pull out of my memory core. I don't necessarily want to give up yet, but my brain's going like, I think this is as much as I can remember. L1. The posh people are really ridiculous. Not Luxembourg. It's not Liechtenstein, is it? I feel like that's in Europe again. There's definitely an L1. I don't think it's Lesotho. There's like there's a few really small ones, but there's a really small one I think up in the mountains. Maybe I'm getting that conflagrated with somewhere else. Is that the right word? I'm not sure if that's the right word. I can't remember this one between Tunisia and Egypt. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, but in terms of landmass, I'm all right. I've probably got about a quarter of the landmass, maybe. I should know that. I know there's a load of chocolate around here. Chocolate and coffee in Zimbabwe. I've got almost a quarter, but also not a quarter. Borneo wouldn't be on this map, would it? No, forget I said that. I'm trying to go through the alphabet in my head now. That's what I said. I don't think there's any E's. Egypt, Eritrea. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Look, there's some L's that we're missing. Nigeria. Niger and Nigeria. That's interesting. We've got over a quarter. Oh, I like that. Algeria, Nigeria. And then you've got Niger in the middle. That is helpful for learning. Botswana. The reason I know Botswana is because family members live there. Uganda. Venezuela. It's spell corrected. Eswatini. That's what I'm thinking of as Swaziland. That's the one I was thinking about, the L's in the mountains. I don't know why. I must have been mixing that up with somewhere in Europe as well, but that's what I meant. Yeah, that's in somewhere else. I'm going to give up now. 2 minutes to go. I think I've done it. Not done it, but I've done at it. Okay. I'm going to talk you through why I know the ones that I do know. Morocco, I don't know, it feels like a normal holiday destination. Algeria, Tunisia, I should have gotten Libya. Those I did a podcast on. Egypt, in the UK, we do so many projects on Egypt because we're fascinated with mummies and tombs, probably because of the colonization type stuff. Sudan, because of the war. Eritrea, I don't know how I know that. I think it's just somewhere that sticks in my mind. South Sudan, for the same reason. Uganda. I've got a feeling that at school we did some religious studies stuff. Yeah, it was geography and religious studies. I think we did some places around here talking about ethics and so on. DRC, I think war related. Madagascar, because of vanilla actually, and also the movie. Zimbabwe, I think it's the same, picking up at school. Eswatini, I think that was geography. Botswana, because of family. Lesotho, geography. South Africa, family. Nigeria, because I knew a few people from Nigeria. Actually, same with Sudan. Yeah, that's how I know Sudan. But also more recently because of other stuff going on. Cameroon, I can't remember how I know Cameroon. Oh, okay, right. Just thinking. Okay, right. We're going to have to think of a story here because even though I've got no third, that's all right. Average score 74, so they've got like more than double. Okay, but that's fine. We can do this. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so we need to put this in context. Oh, I should know Angola because I did a podcast on that one. Assuming, which is not a cert by any stretch. So we've got 18 out of 54. That's not awful. I haven't embarrassed myself as much as I could have done. Right over here, what I'm seeing is a load of M's. So we've got Madagascar, then we've got Mauritius, because it sounds a bit like nautical. Mauritius. Then we've got Mozambique, because it's sounds like, okay, you have to not judge me. I'm literally just playing with letters now. It is not any sort of comment on the countries because I don't have enough context on them, but that's the whole point. We're looking at an overview and then that is a springboard for us to get more context in the future, not right now because 54 is quite a lot. Madagascar, we're going to get Madagascar. It's the only island we're thinking about, vanilla and lemurs. Then we're going seaward, Mauritius. Then we're going to the continent and we're like, oh, Mozambique over there. Mozambique, because it sounds like, I'm thinking say chic, Mozambique. Then we look up a little bit and go Malawi. Wow, Malawi. So that was the M. So we've got 4 M's. And that works because 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, okay, we started at 1, 2, 3, 4. That works because we've got 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. We start Madagascar, we look out to Mauritius, we go to the continent and go Mozambique, and then go up for Malawi. I think we've got that, or we will have that. Now, South Africa, Lesotho. I'm going to have to try to remember these better. South Africa, I'm going to get because it's South Africa. And then above it is Botswana. I should remember those two. I may not remember them geographically, but family stuff is at the bottom. Then within South Africa, we've got Lesotho and Eswatini. Lesotho, Eswatini. So you've got 2 pieces of jewellery because they're small countries. You've got Lesotho and an Eswatini. Lesotho, Eswatini. I don't know. It sounds a little bit like earrings. Between Botswana and Mozambique, we've got Zimbabwe. Botswana, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Hopefully, because we've got 2 Z's. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. And then above Zimbabwe, we've got Zambia. So we've got the Z's. The Z's. This is why people say Z, isn't it? We've got the Z's down there. So Botswana, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, because it's Zim between them. Then we've got Zambia, because it's above it. We're throwing with our arms. Zambia. And now we're on the concept of Z's. We've got 3 that we need to remember. So the M's sorted. Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia. Then we've got another Z, Tanzania, which is kind of facing Australia. So you've got the Tasmanian devil. As you're looking towards the Tasmanian devil, you've got the Comoros, because you're trying to catch your breath. Comoros. I need more Comoros. Come on, more air. Comoros. And then you've got the Seychelles, because they sound like seashells, because it's the sea. I think it's the ocean, actually, but seashells. I think we might have to do this in a few goes. I've kind of done this section, but not these yet. So I think what we're going to do is focus on this part of the map. There's a lot of seas in this area. I trust that I'm going to keep Egypt. Hopefully Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan, because historically, and listening to, what's that podcast on BBC Sounds? There's a Greg who's not Greg James. I can't be expected to remember all the extra stuff as I'm trying to insert this lot into my memory. Is it Greg Wallace? You're dead to me. You're dead to me. That's what I'm thinking. There are a couple of really interesting podcasts, the details of which elude me, about how somebody went on a pilgrimage to Egypt and just crashed all the economies along the way because they had so much gold. It was the richest person ever to have lived. Okay, so Tanzania, Comoros, Seychelles. We're going back to Tanzania. Then we've got Rwanda and Burundi. Rwanda, Burundi. Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. Herb. Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. Because we took a roundabout time. Oh yeah, okay, so Tanzania, Comoros, Seychelles, roundabout, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda. I got 0 out of the Horn of Africa, so that's fine. Egypt, Sudan, then we're going to retrieve Eritrea, some booty from Djibouti. To be clear, I mean booty like treasure, not booty as in, yeah. Where we're going to retrieve, underneath is Ethiopia, and then Kenya. Ethiopia, Kenya. Oh, I don't know enough about the background of those to be able to pull that together. Herb, eek. Djibouti, Somalia. Djibouti. I'm going to retrieve some Djibouti. Eritrea, Djibouti. Somalia. I'm going to retrieve some more booty. Eritrea, Somalia, Djibouti. Ethiopia. Herb. Oh, do I want to add extra at this point? I mean, I think I want to get everything up to here. I'm assuming that I'm going to get that. Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, because I'm liberating my memory banks. Then there's the central area of Chad, Central African Republic, Congo, Cameroon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 C's. 1, 2, 3, 4. That could work, actually. I'm going to liberate my forces. Chad, Central, Congo, Cameroon. There's 2 Congos. There's a Democratic and then the Republic. And actually, Congo needs to be split into 2. Before we move on to trying again, we're going to do these 2. Angola, I should remember that because I did another podcast because it was alphabetical. Algeria, Angola. And it looks like a truck if you squint and look sideways. Then we've got Namibia because it's near the Mib of Africa. It's not. It kind of is. We're just going to do it. We're not going to think about it anymore. Replay. South Africa. Then we've got Botswana, Eritrea. Oh, not even typing. Eritrea. Oh, that's the wrong one. Eswatini. I'm going to put Swaziland because I must just type that wrong. Lesotho. And then we've got Angola. Namibia is near the Mib. Namibia. Madagascar. Mauritius. Then we look Mozambique. Malawi. Oh, God. I've got Herb. Uganda. Rwanda. I can just think of Benin. I can't remember what that B is. Chad. Central African Republic. Republic, Congo. Okay, fine. Democratic Republic, wink wink. Republic of Congo, Morocco. Then we've got Algeria, which looks a bit like a budgie. Then we've got Tunisia. Then we've got Libya, because I'm liberating my memory. Then we've got Egypt, below which is Sudan and South Sudan. Then I'm going to retrieve my booty from Somalia. Now, we've got a load of Zs. Mozambique, Botswana, so Zimbabwe. Then Zambia, Kenya, Ethiopia, Cosmos, I need a breath, Cosmos. I feel like I should get that one. Cosmos. I just don't know how to spell it. From the Seychelles, because we were looking out from the Tasmanian Devil, Tanzania. Oh, what's that one in the middle? 33. We've not doubled our 18. We need 3 more for that. Benin bronzes, Eritrea. Did I get Cameroon? No, I didn't. Okay, Cameroon. Now, I only looked at these. Ivory Coast. And I don't have the accents. I knew it was Côte d'Ivoire. Cabo Verde. We've got 36. But last year we got 37. Sorry. We really got 2/3. That's pretty good going for a second attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another C because it was 4, but then the Congo was split. Wait, 1, 2. Just can't count. I reckon my brain is telling me to give up. That's a pretty good attempt. I'm quite proud of that. 67%. Don't start. I feel I should have got Comoros. I don't think I spelled it that wrong, but obviously I did. I forgot Burundi. I should have remembered that because when we were looking at Mozambique, Madagascar, Mauritius, Malawi, Tanzania, Comoros, because I need a deep breath, Seychelles, then we have to turn around as part of herb. So Burundi and Comoros. Comoros, I feel like I know it sufficiently. It's just going to be interesting to see how I spell it next time. Burundi, because I need to remember to turn around rather than just getting awkwardly stuck and going, I'll turn around anyway, not remembering it. So that's pretty good going. Well done, me. Let's hope that it withstands a second attempt. I should have gotten 2 more. I should have gotten Nigeria and Niger, but I'd forgotten that I had a link to Algeria. So I've got the central sea area, then I've got my link from Algeria. And if I think about it, if you are from Algeria, you're Algerian. And then you go Algerian, Algeria, Nigeria, Niger. This is a bit confusing, so I hope I'm reading it right. But I think this bigger one is Gabon, and then this one with an arrow, I think, going through Gabon is Equatorial Guinea. Now, we know the equator runs through here, so we go Equatorial Guinea. Guinea pigs, actually from South America. Because we've gone Guinea, we're yabbering, so we're gabbering, Gabon. Equatorial Guinea, Gabon. I wonder if this will let me type without the accents. So we've got our Gabon with our guinea pigs, and then we're going Sao Tome and Principe. I see a tower and principles. Tome. I see a tome. That's actually better than a tower. A tome, because in English a tome is a tome. Yeah, I think it's a tome. It's not a tone. So a tome is like a big book. So I see a tome, a big book, and a principe. I could say principle or just a principe. We'll just go for that. I think I remember the Benin bronzes. This is the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. Then there's the Green Coast. So there's the White Coast and the Green Coast. Should remember those. Got a load of G's to remember. Oh my god, there's 4. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4G. 5G. 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 6G. 5G. Because I've got a Gabon, that's one easy one. Then we've got the Gambia. Sounds a bit like gamble. The Gambia. There's a lot of Guineas. There's Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, the fancy Guinea, and the Gambia, and Ghana. Guinea, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Ghana, Equatorial Guinea. That's 6G. But mostly, thankfully for me, around Guinea. So Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Equatorial Guinea. There's 6G in total. 3Gs are related to guinea pigs, so that's easy for me. Then there's Gabon, because I'm gabbing on a lot. Literally, I'm gabbing on a lot. That's really helpful. Then the 2 that are going to be a little bit more difficult for me to remember are Ghana and the Gambia. I'm really sorry. When I look at Burkina Faso, I think Burka, but I've looked up the etymology and it is between 2 languages. AI summarized. The Burkina is upright and then Faso is fatherland. Faso. That does sound like father because of the F. So upright fatherland, Burkina Faso. However, this is the point you're probably going to hate me a bit. I'm not going to remember that at this level of speed of learning. So these 2 say garments to me. And because I feel very mal about this whole area, Mali also helps stick. And Togo. I mean, that just sounds like a toga. Got Mali, 3 things. Burkina Faso, Ghana, and Togo. Mauritania, I should also know because it was linked to the Morocco and Algeria. Mauritania. Again, sounds a bit like Mauritius, interestingly, because that, I think, is related to the sea in the background. So Morocco, then we've got some sea over here, Mauritius, Mauritania. Then we've got Senegal like the seagulls. Then we've got our G's. Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, the Gambia, because this is a bit of a gamble. Hold on. Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, the Guinea, Gambia, Gabon, Ghana. Okay. And we've got 2 left, I think. Liberia, because I want to liberate my brain. And then I see a lion, because lions are in this area. I'm sorry, I've embarrassed myself. I knew I would do it. We're going to do this again. Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan. We can go to put Kenya, but I think I'm killing my brain. Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, because I'm remembering to turn around, even though I'm doing it the wrong way around. I'm going to retrieve some of my Djibouti, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Mauritius, Mozambique, Malawi, Tanzania, Comoros. Let's spell it that time. Seychelles. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it? Botswana, South Africa. You know when you just don't believe you're necessarily going to get it? Eswatini, and then Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Angola, Namibia, because it's near the Mib. Yes. Chad, Central African Republic. That's a bit slow, isn't it? Got 4 C's. Cameroon, Democratic, wink wink, Republic of Congo, and then Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Sao Tome and Principe. Good, because I'm not going to remember this otherwise. We've got Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Algeria, Nigeria, Ivory Coast and the Cape Verde. Ooh. Begins with an M. Mauritania, Burkina Faso. Yes, I did the awful thing and I feel Mali about it. Ghana. Got a load of G's. Guinea, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, Liberia. Okay, 3 left. Seagulls. What's seagulls? God, what are seagulls? I can't remember this one. Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Gambia, Guinea, Gabon. Is it a G? I feel like it's a G. No, the 6th there. I mean, I am quite proud of that on the 3rd attempt. What's the seagulls one? So this one I can't spell. This one I can't remember, but I remember it's seagulls. And then this one down here, I can't remember. Cameroon, no. Kind of don't want to give up, but also my brain hurts. Togo. Oh, I feel like we can't give up now. Because I was thinking Mali are 3 things I felt bad about. If I can remember seagull, I am Googling Mauritania. Oh my God. No. I was really excited and also stressing out. Seagulls. It's not Seychelles because we've already got Seychelles. What is it? I'm going to be so annoyed if I have to do this again and say it for 3 minutes. It's not Senegal, is it? It was. Oh, I cannot believe I did that. You know when you don't know that it's in your brain, you're like, oh yeah, I'm not sure. Total glow up moment. It is a total glow up moment. Thank you for that. The thing is, I feel like I could maybe do it again. I'm not going to do it again. I don't want to set myself up for failure, but I feel like I actually remember enough of the little memory bridges to do that. But that is the best way that I can relatively quickly. How long is it? Okay, 52 minutes we've been recording for. That's about 1 a minute. That's pretty good going. I know that I had some that I already had, but that's besides the point. I mean, where do we go from here? I reckon Asia would be the next one to tackle. Oh, we're running out of the globe. Of course, there'll be more things. People like putting labels on things. We could also actually deep dive into the actual countries and learn about them. But that doesn't have a really easy scoreboard that I can go, I've spent an hour well. I knew today was the day to tackle this. I'm pumped up on sugar and we've gone for it. It's not an anticlimax, but it's one of those moments where you go, what do I do with myself now? I hope you don't hate me because I hate me a bit. The first step is knowing that you're being insensitive. The second step is actually being guilty about it. So I'm definitely the second step. I am deep into the second step. I hope this has helped you see how stories can really help memorizing things. And ideally, you'd have a story that actually meant something more than, I'm going to go over to the sea and look this way and there's a seagull. Senegal. I feel like after memorizing 54 countries in one sitting, we could conquer any list of memorization that we liked. Let's take that into next week. Have a great one. See you next time. Bye.